Hello everyone. I decided to do something different today. It's very early in the morning. I just need my coffee. But while you can do this, we have thousands of books in the market. Thousands. Many books. Witchcraft Magic, Sorcery, Astrology, Kabbalah, blah 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 blah. And we focus too much in some books. I decide to. I know that I focus too much in recent books more than in old books of witchcraft, but I say this many times before. Those old books were written from a different, privileged, entitled perspective, many times racist, just taking stuff from India, from Africa, from South America, and putting all of this together with different names. And many occultists continue doing that. I choose to focus in books that develop a different voice, original voice, that have something more tasteful in there, in the magic that they practice and the things that they are teaching to us. So I want to do these books that we are not talking enough. I have a big pile of books here. I just go to talk about some because the time for recording video here is very limited for the platform. So why I choose these books? I choose these books, this selection of books that I have here, because I really enjoy them. Sometimes you read a book and you are like, this was exactly what I was expecting, and you just put the book in your shelter. Other times you read a book and surprise you in so many ways that you decide to read the book again and take notes and mark some chapters. That kind of books are really good. One of those books that I was actually reading now is the last or recent book by Kelden Mercury, The Witch's Sabbath. That book is amazing. I'm reading the book for a second time, but it's not in this list that I'm going to show you. The first one, I read the past book of this author and I'm reading the new one. I'm surprised that many people is not talking about how marvelous and different this book is. A Mystical Practical Guide to Magic by Alyssa Einhorn. She made time ago the Little Book of Saturn with Weiser, and now she's developing this book with Llewellyn. Hardcover, perfectly illustrated, page by page. It's a wonderful book. The spell casting, the praising, the way how she put the words, the level of language that she mastered here, you see the emotion that she put in every spell. It's not complicated. She's not trying to make stuff like make the spell look pretty or complicated or elaborate. She's not trying to surprise you. Oh, look how much I know about witchcraft. She's not trying to do that. She's trying to develop good spells that really do the job. It's a very good book. I read the book 2 times because the first time I was very distracted with all the illustrations. I am a child. And I was just in every page, oh, look, this illustration. Okay, next page. Oh, look, these colors. I was like that. She put everything together here about magic, a little bit of astrology, tarot cards. We know Eliza is she's some kind of Jewish witch. She's fabulous. She has this amazing hair. She's always on Instagram. She's very active on social media, and this book is really good. I'm really surprised that not many people know about this book. I really like it. If you have, because this is a thing with social media and marketing, undergraduate, my degree is in marketing. When do you have the opportunity to buy one book in the market, you have so many options that you choose sometimes the book that more people is praising out there in blogs, in podcasts, in everywhere. But sometimes you fail or stop choosing a very good book just because you are recommended for everyone else, because everyone is recommending the same books. Some books are there and are very good jewels that we need to read. Another book I know that a lot about this book recently because I really like it, and I hope that we have the opportunity to have more books like this one because I really enjoy it and I learned a lot. It's by Zoe Ho, The Wise Woman's Handbook for Creating a Charmed Life. I really love this book. I hope that Llewellyn do more books like this one. It's a woman empowering other women in the community. I have 5 sisters older than me. I would love that they had in their moment years ago the opportunity to read a book like this one. They didn't have that opportunity because those books like 20 years ago were entirely different. The perspective was just, this is witchcraft, what is witchcraft, these are the spellcasting, these are the elements, blah, 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 blah. Now we are having these books that take different issues like women's rights, equality, LGBTQ community, black community, black people, all of these different perspectives. And I would love to have a book like this one when I was growing with my sisters, because we grew up in a very complicated community, in a very misogynistic country, where women are treated like, not exactly like people. This book, I'm pretty sure that could be very helpful for this generation and for the next generations. Another book that I want to show off here, everybody knows, if you have been following me for some time, that I really love and enjoy a lot this author. Is out of social media, don't have any social media, don't have Instagram, don't have Twitter, so she probably could be an old man in a cave writing books under this different name. I don't care, her books are very good. Irina Dunwich. I just literally ended last weekend Herbal Magic by Weiser, a guide to herbal enchantments, folklore and divination. Every time that I read the books of Irina, I literally feel like she has not changed. She has a very peculiar voice, a very Wiccan practice, and everything in her books is so consistent with her voice, with her tradition, with her magic. The book is beautiful. Don't use black ink, it's green, a very nice choice. Have illustrations of every flower that they are trying to teach you, and have some methods of charming, enchantments, divination using earth. It's very nice. Yeah, I really like it. I really enjoy it. I read the whole book in 1 week and immediately start taking notes, and I start the book again. That's the level of free time that I have between my 3 jobs. Imagine that. It's a very good book. More people should be reading this book. It's very good because it's a very old time practitioner with a lot of information and knowledge, and she's trying to put all of this together for you. In every book on witchcraft and magic, you will find use salt for this, use pepper for that, use sugar for this, use honey for that spell. And we do it. But when someone talks about kitchen witchery, people immediately is like, oh, that's not witchcraft, that's not magic. But they are literally putting together everything that you have been reading in many other books for years. That level of hypocrisy of the people. The double standard, right? Dan Aurora Hunt, she made this book 2 or 3 years ago. A kitchen witch guide to recipes for love and romance. Loving you, attracting love, rekindling the flames. I'm pretty sure that any of these words are pronounced in that way. I know that. Hard book. I love a hard book. And illustrated every page by page. She put a lot of recipes here, and she put a lot of information about the different ingredients, elements, species, I don't know how to pronounce that. The things that you put in your food, you understand what I'm trying to say. It's a very good book. And I would love to see more people praising this book. I would love to see this book in podcasts, people recommending this book, in blogs, in posts, in social media, because she had years of practice on this, and she literally do this for life. People don't take many times in account this kind of book. They just give for granted, oh, this kitchen witch don't have anything to do with me. Yeah, where do you think that start magic is in the kitchen, not in the room? I have so many. I had the opportunity to meet her finally, personally, face to face. I hug her very recently. All her books are great. I have it on my Kindle, but I choose buy this one in a physical copy so I can show off the book. Judy Nook, she's also a singer and artist. She made jewelry. She made all kind of stuff. She's like the most cool witch in the town. The Modern Witchcraft Book of Natural Magic. It's very good. The quality of the book, the quality of the physical book is great. And she put more information about herbal magic, about green witchcraft, about divination, about recipes, spell casting, charms, properties of different plants. So I like to use this book next to this one when I recently in a class that I was offering privately. I was referring to green witchcraft. I put these two books like an example because they are very good. This guy is great. This book is available online, probably in some stores too. I don't know how to pronounce his name in your language, but in Spanish this will sound like Eptamasu no Fraua. Sacred Verses. This man is great. He put all his life is a devotional practice about Egyptian gods, Egyptian religion. I mean, if you look for him in social media, I will understand what I'm referring. All his life is dedicated to venerate the Egyptian gods. So he created this book, poetry, paganism, perspective, so much romance about the way how he practiced, poem by poem, page by page. It's simply great. I really like it. I really love it. I just have a hard time because my level of English is not so great. So many times I was in the middle of a poem, like, oh, I need a dictionary again. I need an encyclopedia. But it was great. It was really great. It's one of those books that I will never give for granted, or I will never let anyone borrow the book from me because I really like this book. I didn't collaborate with this book. I remember when they were looking for works for the collaboration. I didn't because it's not my path. I know who is the goddess, but it's not part of my path, so I choose a step away. But I really love the final result by Weiser books, Brigids Light, by the goddess Brigid, written by Kyra Crow and Laura Lowella. I think that is pronounced that way. They made a whole compilation or recopilation about different stories, spells, rituals, some kind of poetry about it's like a whole devotional about the goddess. I learned about this goddess for first time by Jerina Dunwich in a book that she made in Spanish, and she put a spell on that book for poetry inspiration or something like that, with the help of Brigid. I never used the spell, but that was my reference. It's a great book. I really enjoy it because I like storytelling. I like read these small stories that compilate a whole adventure in something very small. With the recipe, with the ritual, was very good. I have more books to show you, but I will save that for a next video. I hope that you enjoyed this one. Look for your books. If you have anyone or you want to do a review of the book, you can put in the comments. Have a nice day. Be wild, be safe, stay kind with everyone else. Bye.